Children of the Earth Tribe, rise up, rise up. What up, Earth Tribe? This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Nacho Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle, like Riddle with the C. Either way, Nacho Mama is a personality, not a person. Today I'm going to be reading for the collective of Scorpio. See what sort of messages the universe has for the Scorpio collective today. If you hear some rumbling in the background, those are my kitties playing. I got a new kitten with my other kitty, and they're just running around all vroom, vroom, beep, beep, vroom. So, don't mind the background noise if you hear it. Scorpio. Universe, please use me as a conduit to express the best personal message for Scorpio's growth today. Please and thank you, so mote it be, amen. Scorpio. What sort of messages does the universe have for Scorpio today? Please use me as a conduit to express the best personal message for Scorpio's growth. Please and thank you, so mote it be, amen. Oop, that one wanted to flip. What is it? We have inspiration. Newfound inspiration. Ooh, two aces right away with compassion. And introspection with the moon. Some of you are dealing with the Pisces. with fortune. With the Wheel of Flow. The Wheel of Fortune is my all-time favorite card. And the Queen of Swords. So I feel like you have this new understanding, this new lease on life. It almost feels like have you ever been in a lot of pain? You know, maybe you've had some sort of back problem or something, and you don't realize how much pain you're in until you're not in pain anymore. And then you look back on it and you're like, wow, I didn't realize how much pain I was in until I'm no longer in pain, you know? Like I can walk again, I can breathe again, I could be passionate about life again. Like you're seeing a lot of new opportunities. Like maybe some of you have had knee issues or back problems, and then you go to the doctor or a chiropractor and you get that one good pop in, and then all of a sudden you can just breathe, you know? Some of you can breathe again, and it's giving you like this new ability for growth, for love, like getting out and doing what you love again. Like you really didn't realize how much pain and suffering you were in until you were no longer in pain and suffering, you know? It's like this new lease on life. Like it opens a door for new potential. There's a lot of newness here after a lot of introspection and the wheel turning in your favor. It's like this one thing happens, and you know, this, like you get a surgery, or someone pops your back right for you, or you get a good night's sleep, or just something that's like real subtle, you know, maybe not an invasive surgery, or you know, just something happens, like one big pop, and then you can breathe. And you find your happiness, find your flow, being able to do the things that you love to do again. Like you didn't realize how held back you were, how much pain you were in. You were going through your daily life in this serious amounts of pain and suffering, and something happened that released it, that released that pressure, that released the tension, that released like you know, somebody popping your back, or popping, you know, like just that release of pressure, and you didn't realize how much pain you were in until you no longer are in that pain anymore, and now you can breathe, you know? It's like this breath of fresh air. It's like for the first time, like you're not in this pain. Maybe you've been in this, frustration, you've been in this confusion, you've been in this battle, this heartache, this pain for so long that you didn't even realize that you were in pain anymore, you know? Like if you've been dealing with something for so long that it just becomes part of your daily routine, like you're just used to walking around in pain, you're just used to walking around in discomfort, and then once that discomfort is gone and like you can breathe, then you realize how much pain you are actually in, you know? And now you're growing, now you're going outside, now you're it's like you can breathe, you're not in that pain anymore. It's like this relief. I feel this sense of relief. Yeah, after either walking away from a person, a place, a situation, like after it is, the water has calmed down, the emotions have calmed down, you know, the recovery period after a surgery, then you can walk again. You can be in joy again. You're starting to live the life you love and love the life you live, you know? Like you really did not know how much pain you were really in, rather it be with a person or an idea, you know, something physical. And once that pain has been relieved, or once that pressure has been relieved, it's like, wow, I can breathe. I can breathe, you know? Once you've released whatever this was, or once whatever this was released you after this tower moment, you know, you can now breathe, Scorpio. Some of you might have had a surgery. Some of you might have gone to a chiropractor. Some of you might have just released a toxic person. Some of you might have released toxicity within yourself. Some of you might have released an addiction, you know. Those first couple of days are rough. Like you know, like you don't know if you're going to make it. You're scared about having surgery. You're scared about releasing a person. It's like this fear of what the possible possibilities were, you know, of getting this surgery, of being put underneath anesthesia, and, you know, any of the complications that could happen from that. And you go through with it, and you're coming out of the recovery period. You are seeing how weighed down you really were, Scorpio, how much suffering and pain you really had inside of you. And like, I just feel this release and relief of whatever has been weighing you down. So now you have your abundance. You're stopping to smell the flowers. You are hugging your loved ones, you know, you're going for a walk. You are finding the joy in everyday things. Like some things, you know, people take so much stuff for granted, you know, like walking, for instance, until they break their foot, you know, and then all of a sudden after your foot heals and you can go for a walk again, it's like, wow, I really didn't realize how much just these simple things, you know, were such a blessing to me. And some of you guys are experiencing that joy, that relief of some of the most mundane, simple acts of breathing, of living in not having this pain, and living in not being in discomfort, you know? And you really didn't realize how much it affected your daily life, how much it affected your decisions, how much it affected, you know, the way you moved, until you're no longer in that pain, man. Yeah, now you guys have all these options. Like, you're like, okay, like the pain was, like, whatever it was that was trapping you, that you felt was permanent, that you felt would always be there, you know, like I'm never going to get my back fixed. It's never going to get better. I'm never going to get, you know, my foot's never going to heal. My lungs are never going to heal. I'm never going to be able to stop this addiction. I'm never going to, you know, now you have come out of this conflict within yourself, of whatever the situation was that has been weighing you down, and it's like you feel a million times lighter. You've gone with your intuition. You know, some of you were really scared to have this surgery. Some of you were really scared to not have this person, to let go of any sort of toxicity, to even go to a doctor to get anything checked out to begin with, you know? And now that you've followed your intuition and you've gone through the recovery phase, or maybe some of you are still in recovery, you know, you already feel better. You already feel lighter. You already can breathe. That, like, wow, I did not realize how much pain I was really in until I'm not walking around with it anymore. You know, rather that be some sort of idea in your head, or a person, a place, a physical ailment. I just have this real sense of relief, you know, and now things are moving in motion. Now you're getting up, now you're walking, now you're on your purpose. You've handed it over to God, and let Spirit, you know, you're like, okay, Spirit, like maybe this surgery is the best for me. You know, maybe I should give it a shot, because man, me living in the pain that I'm living in isn't doing me any good. You know, when you do your checklists of pros and cons, it's like, okay, I don't go do this anymore because of this element. I don't do this. I don't talk to anybody because I still have this, I'm still attached to this person. I don't go and do this because I have this pain. I don't talk to this person or go out and find healthy relationships because I have this addiction, you know? And once you've released that and gone through the recovery process, like some of you are still in recovery, it's like this wave of fresh air, of relief, of love. Like you see the love, and you can see the love in everything, you know? Stopping to smell the flowers, to be appreciative of the fact that just the simplest stuff, man. The simplest stuff. Like, have you ever broke your hand, or you know, like, would you lose some sort of like everyday thing that you're used to doing, you know? And we take so much for granted. We take so much that's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing that we get to breathe every day. You know, it's a blessing that we have our children in our lives. You know, some of us are so busy with work and so busy with other things that distract us from those things that are important, you know? It's taking the time to appreciate all that you have, you know? But you didn't realize that you weren't appreciating all that you had until that pain is no longer there. You know, now you have abundance. Now you can breathe, Scorpio. Now you have new vision. Maybe some of you guys, you know, it's like not being able to see. Dude, I'm blind as a bat, man. Like, I have like negative 500 in my eyes. Like, without my contacts, I'm so blind. I'm so thankful, like, whenever I get new glasses or I get new contacts, and in the way that I can see things, you know? But most of the time we don't realize how much we're missing because we've lived with it for so long. You know, we just carried it around. We just walk around being blind, you know, for so long, and we didn't even realize how much we were actually missing until we go and get our eyes checked, you know? And then we get to see for the first time. It's like seeing for the first time, or hearing for the first time. And we take so much of that for granted, you know? Or like not having a car and then being able to drive wherever you want, you know? Maybe some of you have gotten a car or are thinking about getting a car. you know, and you don't realize how much driving frees you when you don't have to ask for a ride or you don't have to get permission to do something, you know, you can just get in your car and go. It's like that kind of feeling. I feel like a lot of you have been been in so much pain that you didn't even know that you were in until it's just no longer there. And now you have this new fresh vision, this new light that you are seeing things through. Yeah, these new opportunities for success, these new doorways. You've surrendered yourself to the higher vision. You surrendered to, okay, well, maybe I do need help. Maybe I do need to go to the doctor. Maybe I am doing this wrong, you know? And once you've done that, you realize that that's all you had to do was go see a doctor, get your eyes checked, you know? Go to a chiropractor. Like you could have been out of this pain a long time ago. You know? But you're not beating yourself up because you didn't go sooner. You're just appreciating the fact that you did. Beautiful, Scorpio. Yeah, now you can build your empire. Now you can show your children, you know, that it doesn't make you weak to go see a doctor. It doesn't make you weak to love. It doesn't make you weak. It actually takes strength to walk away from toxicity. It takes a lot of strength to admit when you are wrong. It takes a lot of strength to do the internal work, you know, like, hey, maybe I should really get this checked kind of deal. Maybe I should really check myself. Maybe I should, you know, it takes a lot of strength. I know when I first started, I always thought that seeing a psychologist or seeing a therapist was admitting weakness, you know? Like when I first went to therapy and stuff, like I was like, man, I don't need no doctor. Like I was really under the impression that it was admitting to the universe that I was weak by seeing a psychologist or seeing a therapist, you know? We have these implanted like these things that are programmed and implanted into us that like, oh, I don't need that. I'm stronger than that, you know? I don't need this. Like a dude not asking for directions when he's lost as fuck, you know? Or a woman. I ain't man hating here. But still, it's like that type of energy. And then once you go and ask for directions, you're like, oh shit, it was right there. It was right around the corner. I done passed it like 4 times. You know what I mean? Oh shit, all I had to do was go to a chiropractor and I could walk again? Like, holy fuck. I wish I would have done that sooner. You know? Like, oh shit, all I have to do is let go of this toxic idea, these toxic people, and then I can breathe again? Beautiful, Scorpio. Some of you might be dealing with an Aries, or you might have Aries in your chart, but whatever this was has relieved a lot of pressure off of you. Once you have let go, like a lot of times, like wounds are like abscesses on our soul, you know? Things are like an abscess to our soul, and sometimes we have to heal from the inside out. You can't just cover it up with pain pills. You can't just cover it up with going out and drinking at the bar. You can't just cover it up by, oh no, I'm fine, I've got this, you know? If you need help, ask for help. If you need help and somebody offers you help, let them help you, you know? If you are in a lot of pain and you don't ever get it checked, how are you ever going to know if there's a cure for whatever it is? But I really feel like a lot of you have a new found vision. You know, you're not taking things for granted. You're like, wow, I'm not in pain anymore. Like how beautiful it is to just be. Sometimes we don't realize how blessed we are until we are in those situations. You know, there's a contrast to everything. As above, so below. As ahead, so behind. There's an equal and opposite to everything. 1 and 0, man. 0 and 1. 10111010. All or nothing. Nothing at all. But the nothing is automatically something because it's the nothing. You know? This is beautiful, Scorpio. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you so feel inclined. Drop down and say hello. Hello. And most importantly, you can't have a good day with a bad attitude, and you can't have a bad day. You can't have a bad day with a good attitude, and you can't have a good day with a bad attitude. I don't know. I think I said that backwards twice, but you feel me. I love you guys. Boom, beep, beep.